fishy is definitely going on here. They're hiding something.
Let me call up the Chief of Interpretation, Bob DeCruz.
Robert. He doesn't exist.
Lid off this. It don't make sense. Well, I do a lot of baiting, and that turns a lot of people off because it sounds ridiculous what I bait with, but I bait with lima bean. I go to the store, I get the 1 pound bag of the large ones, about that big, and I'll scatter them in an area like this. And this time of year when it's dry, they'll hold. And I believe that skunk apes are curious because I found the area the next day covered with tracks and there's not a bean around. And how I got to doing that was a friend of mine, old man, he passed away. He said he was at a hunting camp one night and they were playing cards at the table, and there was a big oak tree growing next to the camp, and it's about 10 o'clock at night and they got a pot of beans cooking on the stove and they're playing cards, and all of a sudden out of nowhere a skunk ape had crawled up on the limb of that tree, fell out and came right through the cabin roof and landed right on the table. And they were like, holy smokes, and they said it was going crazy. It started clawing at the walls. They had a gas refrigerator. It turned it over trying to get through what it thought was an opening. It was a window, and then finally it just in a long run busted the side wall out and went into the woods. The whole time they're trying to get their guns. When it came through the roof, it knocked the lantern down, so they couldn't see hardly anything. But that's why I started baiting with beans. It seemed like something drew it in. And so I'll get out here sometimes, I'll hang a pot. It sounds crazy, but it works. I'll come into one of these hammocks, hang a pot over a fire, sit out here for a few hours, cook up a pot of beans, and then I'll get up in my stand, I'll back up, and I'll watch that hammock from a distance. And I'll watch it for an hour, a day, a week. I'll watch it for as long as I got to watch it until I get a hit or the beans start to mold, and then you got to dump it and start over again.